Yes, yes, I will put the Bible back, but since I'm walking, yeah, I'm walking, about to go back to work. Now, and what they're doing, to the leaders of this nation, they're just grounding them in religion. That's basically what they're doing. They're grounding them in religion, straight grounding them, right? Because there is no stern, real preaching of God. You understand? And many, I'm sure, we may not even know of, are born again and saved and still can run things. You can run things and be born again. But see, that's why Christ said, see, riches itself just don't mean money itself. It means money, power, fame. All right, easier for I needed to go through a camel. Or maybe he said the other way, but right, you get what I'm saying? So that's the point. Right, so it's like the more you have in this life, the more this and the more that, is the more you drift away from God, the more religious you become, the more you second rate God. That's the point, you understand? So listen, you can do whatever in life that God blesses and allow you to do, because of course Trump was just Trump as an example, a real estate mogul, and he became a president. Only God can do a miracle like that. So a real estate mogul, and of course America too does questionable things, but I still say, right, only God provides miracles, just miracles in itself like that. You understand? So that's the point. So, what I'm saying is, right, it's like, these people out here, and I'm just saying in general, the more you have, the worse you become. Like, right, like some, the more stadiums they fill up, the more subscribers they have, is the more less of God and more of them, or more of the religious part. Instead of it being everything, making God number one, and God always being number one, and never forgetting His Father, His Abba, then everything else could come last. So like I said, it's now we don't have time for many ways because there's only one way. But I mean, as far as if you have a religious outlook on certain things, you have certain morals, there's nothing wrong with keeping your morals up. But what I'm saying, the number one moral rule, the number one command is God. It's just point blank. It's Abba. And by me saying that, you know what I mean. Those of you with the helmet of salvation, I say, those, even those with common sense know what I mean, right? It's Abba. It's the number one. So no matter what you have, children, wife, husband, business, $1 million, $10, $20, $30. Job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, no jobs, wherever it is, wherever you're at, God just comes above all of that. And that's why, many of us are fed gradually, because the ego will kick in sometimes, and you start thinking otherwise. You'll start having a love for God instead of loving God. You'll start remembering what Christ did instead of weeping over it, because come on, that's what I'm saying. So it's not about speeches and always being right and always being wrong. The only right you can ever be is to follow God. The only right you can ever be is take up your cross. The only right you can ever be is to bow to the name of Yeshua, is to bow. That's just told to do. That's the only right you can be. There's no other right that there is, So whether you got riches, whether you got poor, no matter what it is, the fullness of God is the fullness. And when the fullness is being preached, that's when the fullness itself rises the nations, because it's God, it's not us. You understand? But if we want to be stagnated in our ways, if we want to hold back and be stiff-necked, and if we want to hearken into our business, but hardening our hearts to God, or hearken a little bit to God, hearken a little bit to God, meaning hardening to Him, and then hearken more into our businesses, and come on, hearken more into the USA, hearken more into overseas, and hearken more into immigrants and things like that, instead of hearkening to God, then what are you doing? First of all, you're forgetting the first command. Listen, we're not talking about the government. We're not talking about the amendment, which is just another copy of what Yahweh created. We're not talking about that. So that's the point. So if you are, if you're hearkening to them things and hardening yourself into God and hearkening just a little bit to God, a form of hearkening, no, that will never work, because like Christ said, Christ can tell you he don't know you. Number one. So let's hearken fully into God. So when we speak is of God, when we love each other is of God, when we rebuke, when we correct is of God, and when we preach when the nation hears is of God, and when anything goes down in the name of Yeshua, in the name of Christ, is of God. Peace.